Let's talk about Alex Van Pelt. Should there be any remorse about Alex Van Pelt being this team's offensive coordinator through 3 weeks? Should there be regrets?
No.
Regrets?
No.
Why?
Because I think they adapted last week to try to get the ball to Pop Douglas, which is a good thing, meaning we got to find a way to get it in playmakers' hands. We're not just going to do what we do. They came out and they ran it effectively through 2 games. I don't understand where you go into a Thursday night game, the deck's stacked against you with the offensive line, correct? Like you don't have all your repertoire up front. You're not feeling great about your line's condition. How do you take care of the offensive line? You run the football against a team that is lighter in the ass. Their edge guy, with their big guy that's gone down to IR, was 235 pounds on the edge. And he loved to get upfield. And you could have pushed him and knocked him out and knocked him around. You came out with the perception of, wow, on a short week, we ran the ball so much the first 2 games. We're going to trick them. And we're going to come out, we're going to run play action. We're going to throw it. Would you say their strength is throwing the football right now?
No.
No. The strength to the football team is running the football. But then when you get down in a game, then you're down 2 scores. Now all of a sudden it's a problem. And that's, I think, the dilemma that he faced. And he couldn't protect. Jacoby got the bleep kicked out of him. You really don't have a downfield passing game. The one shot you took, you got a PI on because at least Tyquan Thornton fought through the hold and it was visible. Like, he's got to open it up a little bit more. And I think what he fears is I can't do that with Drake May right now. But, like, him knowing how he can call plays and what he wants, right now it's safe to have Jacoby Brissett still as the starter. And that's the way he looks at it, and that's the way he calls it. Calls it like he sees it. Like, but I know you've liked his delivery over the last 3 or 4 weeks, right? Just, hey, I effed up the other night. Probably should have mixed the run in more. Less play action passes to start the game. Like, you came out in play action right away on that boot. And Jacoby Brissett almost got knocked on his ass 7 yards back. They had to hurry up and throw it and flip it to the tight end in the flat. It was a no gain for no yards. Like, right there, that's a sign like, they're expecting it. And you didn't adapt. And you couldn't figure anything out through the course of that game. Is that on the offensive coordinator? No. I think a lot of it falls on the players. I don't think they're talented outside of the passing game. They can't block anybody up front. Pass block. And that's not going to get any easier next week. You got Bosa coming off the edge. You got linebackers that can fly around in San Francisco. Your head's going to be on a swivel. Everything has to be fast. Like, okay, so I hear these people that watch the All-22. And they say, okay, when Jacoby Brissett's back foot hits on the 5th step, he's looking to throw. Nobody's open. Nobody's breaking open. So how do you adapt to that? You got to go shorter passing game, right? More bubble screens, more jet sweeps, whatever you got to do to get the freaking ball in his hand instead of 5 and 7-step drops. Problem is you can't go deep play action because you can't set up. So I don't know what the answer is, and I don't know what you expect him to say.
Well, he admitted that he got it wrong in the game on Thursday night. He admitted on his call on, was it Friday? Day after game? Yeah, it was Friday morning.
Yeah,
it's so weird playing on Thursday.
I know.
He did say that he screwed up and regretted what he did in game.
You guys seem to go pretty pass heavy at the beginning of the game. I know that Gerard had said in the past that you guys wanted to be a run first team. What caused you guys to go so pass heavy to start the game?
Just thought it was a situation where we had run the ball well the last 2 weeks, and we're trying to take advantage of some of those run plays with the run actions and the play action, the bootleg off of that. I think we had 5 runs, 8 passes that were non-third down in the first half, and 4 of those were bootlegs and play actions, 6 of them, and screens off of the run game. So really just trying to marry the run game with the run actions. It didn't go the way we wanted to, and then by the time you get back out there, you're down a couple scores, and then you have to kind of abandon the run, unfortunately, at that point. But definitely, in hindsight, looking back, probably should have flipped that and run it more early to set it up later. But
I appreciate his honesty. He's telling you what we saw. He's not trying to hide from it. Admits his mistake.
I don't know how you can hide from it. It's so obvious.
But to go back to this question of should the team have regrets about hiring him as their offensive coordinator, I don't know, and I'll tell you why. Who else were they going to get? And so if they have second guesses, it's not about hiring Alex Van Pelt, who, okay, week 3 is already admitting he screwed up a game plan and calling plays. Shocker. The guy's never done it on a full-time basis. Here we are. This could have been expected. The second guess is not about hiring him as OC. It's about hiring a defensive head coach in the era of hiring offensive head coaches. How do you get a nice, young, brilliant offensive mind? You hire him as your head coach. That's how you make it attractive. You offered big money. Nick Caley, $3 million, says Bert Breer. He didn't want the gig. He wanted nothing to do with you. He didn't want anything to do with
Maybe he knew the talent.
a lack of talent. Didn't want anything to do with
What coordinator's coming in here to
Drake
fix
May.
this? Yeah.
No offensive line. So the second guess to me is probably more about the head coaching gig. And if you've now put yourself in a position where if you get to a point where you do think you need something better at OC, who are you going to get? Who is this an attractive job for with this situation on the line that will take years to fix and a group of receivers that are okay, but nothing special that we see as of yet. Nothing's developed into that yet. And a quarterback that at this point is still an unknown.
Yeah. I don't know.
It would be less about regret and more about fear if we need to make a change from their perspective. If we need to make a change at some point, where the hell are we going to go from here?
Well, a stronger offensive coordinator with higher ups in the league come in and say, you need at draft time, you need to get me this guy, that, or in free agency, you need to go in there and demand, I need to be better here at this position. See, that could be the only thing that maybe would be different if you hired some big time offensive coordinator, came in here and with some stroke. And feels like he could go in there and butt heads with the front office. I don't think that's that. I don't think Alex is doing that. But it is his quarterback. Like, that's the guy he's familiar with right now. That's the only thing I think it's saving him.
Brandon emails. He says, watching these games so far, AVP can go.
Oh.
Hopefully things improve, but I see no creativity in trying to pass with rookie linemen on an already bad line is stupid.
So just don't throw?
Well, no. He's saying what Alex Van Pelt said, which is I should have run the ball more earlier in the game.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have tried to throw out of the gate in that game. That was a mistake. So he's just saying exactly what Alex Van Pelt will already admit to you.
Right. But he knows that.
He writes, when the Giants inevitably fire Brian Daboll, not because of him, but because Daniel Jones stinks, the Patriots need to make that call. He turned Josh Allen around, and you could have him develop Drake May, and he's a good coordinator. You think they could get him back? No. Okay, great. Can't even get him.
No. Not now. No.
He'd be right. Well, not right now, but in the offseason? Think he'd be open to it?
Probably not.
Oh, okay. Oh. Can't even get the guys that have ties to the team. Ties
still
to the
get
area.
paid, Yeah.
Yeah, well, the Patriots
Maybe he
love
wanted
that.
it. Maybe
They
he already
love
wanted
when
that.
they're on the head coaching
Slide 'em
salary.
in.
Maybe he already wanted that. Maybe he wanted a shot at being a HC. I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe he's going to go with Bill to Philadelphia.
I think that's more likely. Yes.
Oh, okay.
He'd like to call games with Hurts.
Stay in the division. Sure.
Hey, if you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand right here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.